cabin as the flies round my rocking chair. My dear old Aunt Harriet, how long in heaven she be? Send me sweet chariot for the end of these troubles I'll see. Old rocking chair gets it, Judgment Day is here. Chained to my rocking chair. Old rocking chair's got me chained by my side. Fetch me that ginseng, for I tan your hide. Can't get from this cabin, ain't going nowhere. Just set me there grabbing at the flies round my rocking chair. My dear old Aunt Harriet, how long in heaven she be? Send me sweet chariot for the end of these troubles I'll see. Oh, rocking chair gets it, Judgment Day is here. Chained to my rocking chair. Dream beside me in the midnight glow. The lamp is low. Dream and watch the shadows come and go. The lamp is low. Dream the sweetest dream we'll ever know. Tonight the moon is high, the lamp is low. Thanks for the memory of rainy afternoons, swingy Harlem tunes, motor trips and burning lips and burning toast and prunes. How lovely it was. Thanks for the memory of candlelight and wine, castles on the Rhine, your cozy chair and parties where we sang Sweet Adeline. How lovely it was. Many's the time that we feasted, and many's the time that we fasted. Oh, well, it was swell while it lasted. We did have fun and no harm done. And thanks for the memory of sunburns at the shore, nights in Singapore. You might have been a bring down, but you never were a bore. So thank you so much. We said goodbye with a highball, then I got as high as a steeple. But we were intelligent people, no tears, no fuss, hooray for us. So thanks for the memory, and strictly entre nous, darling, how are you? And how are all the little dreams that never did come true? And thank you so much. This is my first affair, so please be kind. Handle my heart with care, oh, please be kind. This is all so grand, my dreams are on parade. If you'll just understand, they'll never, never fade. So tell me your love's sincere, oh, please be kind. Tell me I needn't fear, oh, please be kind. 'Cause if you leave me, dear, I know my heart will lose its mind. If you love me, honey, please be Melodies bring memories that linger in my heart. Make me think of Georgia. Why did we ever part? Some sweet day when blossoms fall and all the world's a song, I'll go back to Georgia, 'cause that's where I belong. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind, Georgia on my mind. A cigarette and a silhouette create a mood that is blue, for the cigarette helps me dream, and the silhouette looks like you. An easy chair where I rest my head, a single light burning low, where the smoke takes the shape of clouds, and the light is a moon aglow. All through this dreamy heaven I go back to days gone by, when the moon was real and you were real, and my hopes were in the sky. If this memory only clings to me, I won't regret being blue, for I can't forget with a cigarette and a silhouette of you. of you. When day is done, I think of all the joys we knew. That yearning, returning to hold you in my arms. Won't go, love, I know, love. Without you, night has lost its charms. When day is done, grass is wet with twilight's dew. My lonely heart is sinking with the sun. I miss your tender kiss the whole day through. I miss you most of all when day is done. Shadows fall, I dream of you. When day is done, I think of all the joys we knew. That yearning, returning to hold you in my arms. Won't go, love, I know, love. Night has lost its charms when day is done and grass is wet with twilight's dew. My lonely heart is sinking with the sun. I miss your tender kiss the whole day through. I miss you most of all when day is done. When day is done and grass is wet with twilight's dew, my lonely heart is sinking with the sun. I miss your tender kiss the whole day through. I miss you when day is done. Whether you are here or yonder, whether you are false or true, whether you remain or wander, I'm growing fonder of you. Even though your friends forsake you, even though you don't succeed, wouldn't I be glad to take you, give you the break you need? More than you know, more than you know. Man of my heart, I love you so. Lately I find you're on my mind more than you know. Whether you're right, whether you're wrong, man of my heart, I'll string along. You need me so, more than you'll ever know. Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give, but honey, I can't live without it. Oh, how I'd cry if you got tired and said goodbye. More than I'd show, more than you'd ever know. there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give, but honey, I can't live without it. Oh, how I'd cry if you got tired and said goodbye. More than I'd show, more than you'd ever know. I need your love so badly. I love you oh so madly, but I don't stand a ghost of a chance with you. I thought at last I'd found you, but other loves surround you, and I don't stand a ghost of a chance with you. If you'd surrender just for a tender kiss or two, you might discover that I'm the lover meant for you, and I'd be true. But what's the good of scheming? I know I must be dreaming, for I don't stand a ghost of a chance with you. If you'd surrender just for a tender kiss or two, you might discover that I'm the lover meant for you, and I'd be true. But what's the good of scheming? I know I must be dreaming, for I don't stand a ghost of a chance with you. I don't stand a ghost of a chance with you. A cigarette that bears a lipstick's traces, an airline ticket to romantic places, and still my heart has wings. These foolish things remind me of you. A tinkling piano in the next apartment, those stumbling words that told you what my heart meant, a fairground's painted swings. These foolish things remind me of you. You came, you saw, you conquered me. When you did that march that made my heart a dancer, a telephone that rings, but who's to answer? Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you. That made my heart a dancer, a telephone that rings, but who's to answer? Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you. Each night you say you love me and you hold me tight, but when I awake you're out of sight. Oh, darn that dream, darn your lips and darn your eyes. They lift me high above the moonlit skies, then I tumble out of paradise. Oh, darn that dream, darn that one-track mind of mine. You can't understand that you don't care. Just to change the mood I'm in, I'd welcome a nice old nightmare. Darn that dream and bless it too. Without that dream I never would have you. But it haunts me and it won't come true. Oh, darn that dream.
Miss Bailey, you sure look righteous.
Out of my way, chick. I feel righteous.
Where you going? Uptown?
Yeah, for a taste, the lowdown.
Ooh-wee.
Where do we get that music that puts the swing so hot in us? Where is life never dull, humdrum or monotonous? Hop a subway, hop a cab, shoot right up to Harlem, where the population found a new sensation. Screen celebs and stage satellites, social debts and high-hat lights, masses, classes, doing the uptown lowdown, where they spend their simoleons just to watch those Creolians skipping, hippin', doing the uptown lowdown. You'll find laughter after midnight, that's their playtime. Heidi-hey time, what price? Yeah, man, bankers with their Cinderellatives, listening to those hot high-elatives, up in Harlem, doing the uptown lowdown. Stage satellites, social debts and high-hat lights, masses, classes, doing the uptown lowdown, where they spend their simoleons just to watch those Creolians skipping, hippin', doing the uptown lowdown. You find laughter after midnight, that's their playtime. Heidi-hey time, what price? Yeah, man, bankers with their Cinderellatives, listening to those hot high-elatives, up in Harlem, doing the uptown lowdown.
Well, how was it uptown?
Well, it wasn't no bring down.
Did you hear him swing down?
Yeah, but it wouldn't mean a thing down here. comes that good-for-nothing brat of a boy. He's such a devil I could whoop him with joy. He's been carousing at the Burley Q. Just watch me teach him with the sole of my shoe. Small fry strutting by the pool room. Small fry should be in the schoolroom. My, put down that cigarette. You ain't a grown-up high and mighty yet. Small fry dancing for a penny. Small fry counting up how many. My, just listen here to me. You ain't the biggest catfish in the sea. You practice pecking all day long to some old radio song. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You'd better listen to your ma and someday practice the law. And then you'll be a real success. Yes, small fry, kiss the neighbor's daughter. Small fry, stay in shallow water. Seems I should take you across my knee. You ain't the biggest catfish in the sea. You've got your feet all soaking wet. You'll be the death of me yet. Oh me, oh my small fry. Small fry, kiss the neighbor's daughter. Small fry, stay in shallow water. Seems I should take you across my knee. You ain't the biggest catfish in the sea. You've got your feet all soaking wet. You'll be the death of me yet. Oh me, oh my small fry. Oh me, oh my. It's so peaceful in the country. It's so simple and quiet. You really ought to try it. You walk about and talk about the pleasant things in life. It's so restful in the country. It's the right kind of diet. You really ought to try it. You lie and dream beside a stream where daisies nod hello. City living is a pretty living. It's so full of unexpected thrills. But there's too much stone, too much telephone. There's too much of everything but trees and hills. It's so peaceful in the country. It's so simple and quiet. Someday you're bound to try it. The only place to be, the place for you and me, where it's peaceful in the country. The skyline of New York is a splendid sight. I know Chicago's loop is magical at night. The natives of Cleveland, of Frisco and Boston, and natives of cities a stranger gets lost in. All of them claim that their city's the best. From deep in the south and from out in the west. Perhaps it's all true, but from my point of view,
it's so peaceful in the country. It's so simple and quiet. Someday you're bound to try it.
The only place to be, the place for you and me, where it's peaceful in the country. That's what I'd gladly trade. A mountain of sorrows now stand in my way, a mountain I foolishly made, a wall between you and I, a wall that seems to cry. Too late. I thought that love would always wait. I learned that love don't hesitate. Too late, too late. Love made. I heard my heart cry for a mate. I told my heart it had to wait until I laughed at every love vow and paid the penalty. I used to laugh at love now. Love laughs at me. Too late. A fool will always play with fate. That's why I've reached love's golden gate. Too late, too without me. I thought you cared about me. Where are you? Where's my heart? Where is the dream we started? I can't believe we parted. Where said goodbye, love, what had we to gain? When I gave you my love, was it all in vain? All life through, must I go on pretending? Where is my happy ending? Where are you? Without me, I thought you cared about me. Where are you? Where's my heart? Where is the dream we started? I can't believe we parted. Where are you? When we said goodbye, love, what had we to gain? When I gave you my love, was it all in vain? All life through, must I go on pretending? Where is my happy ending? Where are you? The sky was blue and high above. The moon was new and so was love. This eager heart of mine was singing. Lover, where can you be? You came at last. Love had its day. That day is past. You've gone away. This aching heart of mine is singing. Lover, come back to me. I remember every little thing you used to do. I'm so lonely. Every road I walk along, I've walked along with you. No wonder I am lonely. The sky is blue, the night is cold, the moon is new, but love is old. And while I'm waiting here, this heart of mine is singing. Lover, come back to me. here to tread. And so I come to you, my love, my heart above my head. Though I see the danger there, if there's a chance for me, then I don't care. Fools rush in where wise men never go, but wise men never fall in love. So how are they to know? When we met, I felt my life begin. So open up your heart and let this fool rush in. Where wise men never go, but wise men never fall in love. So how are they to know? When we met, I felt my life begin. So open up your heart and let this fool rush in. Me and the blues, we spend a lot of time together. Me and the blues, we're traveling on that getting nowhere road. Nobody knows the lonely hours we spend together. Gets mighty weary toting this troublesome load. I'll never know why men are so deceitful. They never treat you like they should. They love you and deceive you, then they up and leave you. What makes them so no good? I'm going down and tell my troubles to the river. Can't go on living, who'd go on living if they were in my shoes? shoes. That's one way certain of separating me and the blues. I'm going down and tell my troubles to the river. Can't go on living, would go on living if they were in my shoes. That's one way certain of